Welcome back to Exploring World Cultures Through Music, Part 2, Tradition with Miss Imani. So we're going to be looking at India and the traditions that they have. Now, when I use the word tradition, I mean without any modern influences. So I'm talking thousands of years ago. But please understand that some of these traditions are still being practiced today. So to start out, I'd like to share with you some traditional manners of how children would greet their elders or those that are older than them. To say mother, they would say amma. To say father, they would say appa. For an older sister, they would say akka. For an older brother, they would say Anna. Now, I find that to be a little funny because for us, Anna is a girl's name. But in India, the older brother is called Anna. A female elder would be called auntie. Yes, that is giving high respect for your elders, auntie. So you would use the name first and then auntie. So for me, you would call me Imani auntie. Yes. And for the male elder, you would say uncle. These words are terms of endearment. In greeting this way, you are giving the highest respect to all the elders and those that are older than you. And you're treating everyone like family with love. I'll share an example. So if an Indian family wanted to invite me to their home, they wouldn't say, I'd like to invite you to my home. They would say, come home. It's time for you to come home. When are you going to come home, Imani? It's time to come home. And it tears my heart up. It's so beautiful. But here in America, we're very formal, and we would say something like to invite you to my home. It's 5:30 on a Saturday evening for dinner. Please let me know if you can make it. It's a little more formal. With them, it is come home. Please come home, treating everyone as family. Now I'd like to share with you what men would wear. Dhoti. Now we saw this in the first video. It's two pieces of cloth, and this is muslin cloth again, very thin cotton. And the bottom part, you wrap it like a diaper. The remaining, you make it into a skirt. The top part, the second part, you wear to cover yourself, to protect you from the sun. As you can see, some men don't like to protect themselves, but this is dhoti. And you would still see this today in small villages and in small cities because it's traditional, dhoti. Now for women, they would be wearing saris, and we saw that in the first video. But to the left, you would see a sari that's very formal and beautiful. And again, we see her hands like this. What is she saying? Namaste. She's saying blessings to you. Yes, looking very beautiful she is. And down to the bottom, you would just see everyday saris that they would wear all the time. Now, saris are basically 6 feet of cloth, and it's mostly very thin cloth like silks and thin cottons, all right? And so you'd wrap yourself around as a skirt. The remaining of the fabric, you would then bring over your shoulder and then put over your head to protect you from the sun, or continue to bring it over the shoulder and then bring it over the other shoulder. Why is that? Because they are clothing themselves modestly. They're being appropriately dressed in a very modest way. Yes, so that is saris for women. Then we have the bindi. The bindi, this is a very ornate one. Sometimes it's just a red one like we saw in the first video. The bindi goes between the two eyes right there on your forehead. And the bindi represents the third eye. So in India, they believe that the mind is a monkey mind. It's always going, going, going. Even when you are sleeping, your mind is going. So they call it a monkey mind. It's never still. So with the bindi, it's symbolizing for you to focus in on the inside, to be still and focus on the inside. They believe that the two eyes are to look out into the world and others. The third eye is to look into yourself and see who you are. What are you doing that's right? What are you doing that's wrong? How can you correct it? How can you focus on you and not use those eyes to look out and focus on what others are doing? So that's what the Bindi symbolizes. And it's very beautiful. And I think it's a most beautiful way for us to remember that we should always look at ourselves and what we're doing, as opposed to looking at others and seeing what they are doing. Yes, I love it. All right. I thank you again, Shukriya. And I thank you for joining me in exploring world cultures through music. Namaste.